So now that we're live, I'm just wondering, like, in universe, who decided it was a good idea to base the Avatar calendar, like, I presume it was after the war was ended. Like, did Aang say, okay, the war's over, now that my people have been slaughtered, we need to honor them by forming our calendar years based off of when
No,
they
I,
were
I think
slaughtered?
it was a rejection of the Fire Nation's specific calendar. That makes the most sense.
It's probably the
That
Fire
there is
Nation went,
the
hey,
Imperial Fire calendar, and they're like,
Yeah.
you know what? That's a bit oppressive now. We're gonna move
We're gonna
on
switch
to a
it to
new,
this.
more neutral system.
More
oh,
neutral.
you know,
Before genocide and after genocide.
More neutral, or like just naming the timeline that putting genocide in there neutralizes every piece of Fire Nation propaganda,
mhm.
right? Because
What-
the entire war was predicated on the air nomads were aggressors.
Yeah.
So
What-
That's
what
fair.
the Fire Nation calendar probably was, this is just my headcanon, but they probably went, oh, this is like, they probably used that same date, but they called it something else. So they
I
just
mean,
Fire
changed
Nation.
it.
They
don't
would have
know.
called it, like, it would probably based on the Sozin's Comet thing or like something
Yeah.
I
like
wasn't
that.
gonna. I was
that's
gonna
the
say,
8th month of year 0 was Sozin's comet.
Wait, I thought they attacked when the comet started, but apparently the comet came 8 months after they attacked.
It says
well,
here,
they started the year. I think that's a little
You
bit.
don't
It
wanna
could have been,
change
yeah,
what
it could have been the
January
year
is.
of Sozin's comet, and
Yeah, the year 0 is the year Sozin Comet came,
but
it
we're not
didn't
gonna
come, like,
we're not gonna start the
January
year in the middle of
1st.
fall or something like
Yeah.
that.
but the wiki has it specifically in order to satisfy the quote end of summer term used by Roku. So they were bound by their own lore before they set the timeline. It seems.
Yeah.
So they wrote it after they mentioned some things in the TV show. They then
They
had
didn't
to.
plan out the
Yeah, they had to
calendar.
backfill.
They
I
did
see.
a classic Star Wars.
A classic Star Wars. What can you get? That's a sign of a popular universe when you have to make things up because you didn't really think about it all the time.
We need a calendar now.
Or
Yep.
just like a throwaway line like Anakin and Grievous never meeting before episode 3, so throughout the whole Clone Wars cartoon they can never meet.
Yep, even if very barely.
I think that part's very funny though. The Grievous
Yeah.
Anakin never meeting. They didn't have to address that at all. Actually, that
No,
I
because
think
it's
that
such a
was
throwaway.
I think that was an active choice, and I think it's a very funny active choice. Because they very much could have just been like, "Oh, that's just something you say. They haven't seen each other in a while, or whatever."
I could imagine a semi-comedic episode. I haven't actually seen most of Clone Wars. I keep trying to, but it can't catch me like Rebels did. But
See, I've seen all the Clone Wars, but I have not made it through Rebels.
I imagine an episode where Grievous and Anakin meet and team up, and then agree never to mention it again and pretend it never happened.
That would be good. Yeah, that would be very good. Like, hello, it's the first time I'm
Hello
seeing
there.
you here.
Yes,
You're taller than
Than I
you're
was
that I
shorter
was
than I thought you would
told.
be.
Yeah.
You've lost some weight, I've heard.
You didn't sound like that last time I heard your
According
voice
to
on
the audio
Hello.
hollow recordings.
I'm
Yep.
assuming you're married. How's your wife?
That was Mrs. General Grievous.
Yeah.
Poor lady better be blind.
No, General Grievous started as some
As a
monster
human.
hunter, and then slowly but surely became a sack of meat in a robot suit.
I don't think it was slowly but surely. I think his ship was crashed by Dooku to make a killing machine.
Oh, that makes
That's a heck of a risk.
Yeah. He just blamed it on the Jedi, I think.
That's
Convenient.
That's what convenient writing can do.
That's true.
Speaking of blaming it on the Jedi, but I've got nothing, so instead I'm just going to jump directly.
It was the White Lotus who did it. They
pulled
attacked
one of
the
my
air
classic
nomads.
Alrighty. So as we get back on into Avatar, we're going to zoom in pretty much right where we left off. And in this case, it's going to be with Quiwa and her dad. So when Quiwa screams, your
Oh, isn't
scream
he dead?
brings others. Pardon?
Isn't he dead?
Give me about 2 seconds here.
Okay.
So when screams, that brings a bunch of other people rushing into the room, and Antikla and Pan are quite quickly there behind you. After checking in with his boss, Pana kind of steps forward and examines the wounds on the back of Kiang's neck there. And then he straightens up really quickly and curses a bit, grabbing kind of one of the nozzles off of his backpack there and waterbending some of it over the wound. He says he's alive, but barely. I can probably keep him stable.
I'll go find someone. She looks at Auntie Claude to like sort of, is that good? She's just kind of panicking right now, and Quiwa is gonna go. Yeah, can I leave you to look after him for a sec while I go find a doctor? Is what she it basically is
Uh,
saying slash asking.
Yeah, he nods and says yes, obviously.
Okay. She sprints out of the room. The guard and maybe the twins who are outside. She doesn't stop running, but she basically, if they're there, she'll quickly yell and explain the situation to them.
The twins have scattered. The guard, when you screamed, came into the room.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna run and go find a doctor or medic or healer of some kind to help who's more traditionally trained.
All right. Well, I'll let you keep running because we stopped off on the last session with 2 of our other characters also running about. Where were you guys actually running to?
We were
Bao
running
and Sato.
toward where we think Sato's ex-wife is. I also have
Yeah,
this thing.
Was it her room or was it somewhere else specific, or just looking
her
for her?
room specifically.
All right.
Well, I think we can just turn it into a roll, probably. Like,
Yeah.
Like her
I'm
room and
the easier
wherever
thing to
else
do.
you might see
we'll
her.
make this work, but I agree. Let's do the protectors questions at the
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think I got this pretty down pat. Question 1 is a no.
Let me switch over to the chat log so that we can see it on Roll20. There we go.
Leave your heart listens to you more than often.
So, yes. Question 1 is a no. Question 2 is a no. We kind of did our own things last session. And
Question
question
3 is a
3
yes.
is a yes.
+1. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Good session to get a 6.
And
Which is
it does, on a miss hold 1, but you're drifting apart on different paths. By the end of the session, you must choose one. So we'll come back to this at the end of the session then.
Yeah. Or it says by the end of the session I have
Oh,
to
you're
choose.
right. You're right.
all right.
I actually really like this end of session 6- part of it.
Yeah, rather. Different window here. There we go. So as the 2 of you are running through the halls, an arm reaches out almost snake-like in its quickness and grabs your Sato. Do you have any instinctual reactions before or when you see it as Bato?
Yeah, I think like the flaming fist stops just short, singes his beard a little bit, and he looks and says, "Where's your wife?"
Haven't gotten that reaction in a little bit of a time. He kind of laughs a little bit and ignores your question, saying, I'm glad I found you. Come, we need to go now. We can get you back home without any problems.
No, my friend, brother, you misunderstand. Something has happened. These people are well. The food supply has been burned. These people are in trouble, and they are looking for the person responsible. The only person I know of that could have generated a fire that hot, you are married to. Where is she? And I will, hang on, let me grab my sheet. I will cut the garbage. With a 6. Awesome.
Ooh.
Do you need at least a
Ooh.
7?
Yes.
But you're
I'm with him.
you are.
I think just like he from behind Sato, like Bao's head comes and just like slowly crystal armors coming around him.
Intimidation for cut the garbage. All right. What question are you asking? Or do you want an answer before?
Yeah, I want an answer from that first, and I'll spend when I think I have it in.
Sorry. I don't know where she is currently, but I know that wherever it is, or here, is not where we should be. Family should stick together, right? If when we get home, I've got someone that I think you should. He's smiling again, but a little nervously.
Mm. No, I have a responsibility here. You seem to think that I would go back to the Fire Nation willingly after what I have been through. I made that decision.
Look, I know you're upset with some of our nation's choices, and he kind of gestures at your armor there. I can't say I'm that happy with some of them myself, but they're still where home is. That's where family is. You can't change that. You can't change where you came from. Come with me. Fix whatever's wrong with our nation from the inside.
You are asking me to kill an emperor. The decisions of the Fire Nation, they are misguided, evil. You can read this. These are the names of women and children. People I was ordered to kill. They did not fight. They are now ash at the orders of the Fire Nation. I will not go back there. Not willingly.
He pauses, closes his eyes for a moment, and then blurts out in a bit of a non sequitur. You have a son. We have a son, technically. It's the reason Masari married me so quickly after you left. Right now, the Fire Nation is taking care of him. Come with me. Come home and meet him. But whatever you do, I'm leaving. Masari is leaving, and I won't let you stop me from doing anything it takes to let me get him back.
Are you and her leaving together? What is your plan?
It's done with her part.
All right, I'll spend it. How can I get him to bring me to Masari?
The easiest and most obvious way?
No, I'm like immediately. Not they can finish some things and burn more of the town.
The easiest and most obvious way is let him think you're convinced. Leave with him. He'll pick up Masari and go on his way.
But I have a son.
He nods.
Why would you not tell me immediately?
You know, that makes me a little suspicious.
Why does everyone have detective powers? Just we're entering Witcher mode, and you can see the footsteps.
Yep.
Yeah. Is he telling the truth that Sato has a son? Because this seems like something weird to just bring up.
Yes.
It's in my backstory questions, so probably
Oh
true.
shit!
Gold mine.
Yeah. Marissa was ranting to me several times about how Zen's backstory was just a drama factory.
Yes, it is. Grist for the mill.
Yep.
Oh, but yeah, I've
Sorry, that
asked
is
him like why he wouldn't have told Sato immediately. Like that's not something you don't say for days.
time wasn't right. We've only been here for a very little amount of time, and each time we were watched and surrounded, and it's not something to proclaim lightly that our people are holding him on the expectation of appropriate behavior from us that would not go over well for achieving what we're here to achieve.
What exactly is that? I just sort of been here the whole time.
Yeah. No. He looks at you and says, "What do you think?"
No, you tell me. I want to hear. I want to hear you say it with your mouth.
We are here to bring down this city.
I punch him with the Earth Rock fist.
Fair.
That's fair. I don't know if we're going into combat or if we're just going to take that.
Was it just was it meant to be a one-off punch?
I mean, if it leads to combat, but like I'm literally fist made of rock, punching him in the face.
Do you intend to do more? What is the
I
intent of
really
your
intend
punch,
to do
Jordan?
more. Yeah, that's a good question.
What is the intent behind your punch? Is it just a reflexive thing?
No, that's
It-
basically confirmation that he's in on it.
And you want to take him down?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
a threat to be dispatched.
Then that, yep,
Basically,
combat.
Combat probably pretty short, but I would say I'll take that then as he starts with one condition. You got a surprise attack off. And now I have to figure out how to work this combat system.
Perfect.
So, moment here. Woohoo.
Guess I don't need to assess the situation. Damn.
What do you mean? Because you just said like, yeah, I'm in on it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to parse out too the whole time.
Fair enough. Conditions 1. Pick which condition later. Name. Sorry, I'm not
Nope,
fantastic
you're all good.
at typing these things in, so they're going to be as sparing as I can make it. All right. So if we're starting combat, I guess step 1 is I pick a move.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my copyright infringing Avatar music in my ears. It's only for me.
I was struggling with that when I ran Avatar for people. Like, I couldn't figure out Avatar music.
Oh, we got lucky, because we did some Avatar music for our wedding. We have a 1-hour playlist. We found it back then, and I use it now during breaks for the stream.
Okay.
There's like some lo-fi Avatar music, but not really combat oriented.
I found a video that is the Agni Kai Avatar fight music, the one that goes like chaka 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 chaka.
That could work.
Like, that's
That'd
just
probably
an
get
hour.
repetitive for 20 minutes, but it would work.
No, I have it. I have an hour
You have an
video
hour
of it.
Oh,
Just
wow.
playing it in my
There's
ears.
also a fan-made Avatar Season 1 trailer that's actually very well done. I don't know if it uses official music for that, but it's quite good.
All right, we've got a card here. I assume you're both engaged with him, but more directly about who. Actually, I don't know what Sato's doing. Are you involved with this at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My brother just crossed 2 lines. Well, technically 3 lines.
All right. In which case, play your card, and I'll go and try and remember how many balancing things you get. No, I can just ask here. Okay, beautiful. So the question I have first is it their balance +1, or is it straight their balance that they get that?
I believe it's their balance +1. I
think
believe.
so, yes.
Okay. In which case, I'll flip the card. We've also got to defend and maneuver. And now I'm trying to remember what order it is. Haven't
Is
had
it-
combat.
It's DAE, defend, attack, evade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, PCs always get to defend first, so it looks like Baohu. You punch him in the face, and then what do you do?
Oh god, it's been like a month
You
since
gotta
we've done
roll the
combat.
stance
Yeah,
move.
it's been a bit.
Okay, roll the
Firstly,
stance move.
yeah, we roll the stance
Yeah,
move.
it's card roll choose.
And then choose your techniques.
With defend, it's focus.
Oh, okay, sweet. Thank you.
Unless you have
That's-
a move or something to adjust it.
Yep.
I mean, I want to do defend right now, so I will focus. What's an 8? What does that mean again?
You can use a standard option.
Yep.
Oh, one basic or
Basically, you
mastered.
can use a standard option or one that you've mastered.
Okay.
Or sorry, no. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Standard.
I mastered Earth armor, right? Because that's why. Oh, I didn't. No.
What do you need to master it?
I need to evade and deserve for a whole encounter.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's not
mastered
happening this time.
Earth punch.
No, this is an encounter. You haven't actually struck. It was the pre-encounter action.
No, but I mean, I assume
but
you
you
wouldn't do it for this time.
No, not for this time. Okay, so I could do. Um. Let's see here. I will seize a position.
What
Establish.
position are you using?
I would like to establish an advantageous position. I don't know what would that give me like a status?
Yeah.
I wouldn't tend to say so. You're currently in a corridor. There is further into the cave, and there is out of the cave. I assume seize the position in this case would probably be along the lines of block one avenue of.
I would like to block his means of escape.
You could earthbend a little hill that you're on top of so you have the high ground.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you really want to, you can do that too.
Mhm. I pull out.
Empowering your next action.
Yeah, I earthbend a little hill so I could be like, don't try it. I have the high ground.
Does that
just-
work for empowered?
I mean, if we're in tunnels, you could also just raise an
go
earth
prepared
wall.
first. You can usually start with prepared and then go empowered, unless there's a technique that gives you empowered. Because
Oh, I didn't realize
some
they
of-
were stacking.
Some of them
They're-
in
they're
the
not,
description
but,
will say
like-
they're hard to get without another mini one first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll just be prepared to like cut him off wherever. Does that seem
Okay.
appropriate?
So no matter where he goes, you're on the high ground in the middle of a tunnel.
I make the tunnel my high ground.
All right. Now we get to figure out how these two things interact. You get the tunnel. His immediate reaction to getting punched in the face is to pull out. He moves his arms kind of in a bit of a windmilling motion, and a wall of fire comes into being, separating essentially himself from you. Not just you, Baohu, but yourself as well, Sato, sorry.
We have Sato, Bato, and Hanto.
Yeah, just so basically, the corridor, it kind of does a weird weaving movement because you're still on the high ground, but there's now a wall of fire between you and him. That fire kind of curves and cuts Sato off from him as well. And he is disengaged, essentially, unless either of you are marking too fatigued to do something to actually remain on the side that he is on.
Marking 2
Uh,
fatigue. Ooh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
oh, is he using like an ability?
Yeah, it's in
The
chat.
firewall, yes.
Oh,
So he marked 1
ugh.
fatigue, and yeah.
Yeah, I'll mark 2 fatigue to like split the firewall, so I'm on his side.
Okay. I think I imagine that as you kind of seeing that it's coming and almost earthbending Earth to kind of split an opening on that?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you
Yeah.
have a different idea?
Yeah, more like maybe like the wall sort of comes up, and because it's a cave, instead of I like earthbend the ceiling down more to like make a tunnel like through the firewall almost. Like, I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly. Like
So okay. Give me another shot at it.
Fold the
if
floor up over it.
if this is the cave we're in, right? And then he's going like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a firewall like this," right? Basically, from the ceiling and the floor is just gonna be like a little tunnel, like because I'm
All
already
right.
on the high ground. So like through the, you know what I mean, like cutting off the wall.
Yeah. So it's something that you could get through, but not necessarily someone else without them paying the FT.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sato, you doing anything with that, or are you just going to be cut off by the firewall?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll fix it on my turn.
Yeah, okay. And we determined that it was their balance +1.
Yes.
Okay, if that is the case, the second defend and maneuver move that he is doing is also a seize position. And in his case, he is using it to leave. He is doing his best to escape that scene. Which is where we get to figure out how that interacts with your seize position. Let's see.
So
I think he would remove the thing blocking him from escaping without being able to escape yet, I would imagine. But I don't know. Like he
So
would get closer to escaping, but not be done yet.
what the seize does is puts Bao in a position to mark the 1 fatigue to block it, the technique.
Oh wow!
I'm out of the position to do that because I'm
Right.
not currently engaged.
I've just
Since-
realized that I haven't updated this overlay since we switched GMs, so the camera still has Zen in the GM position. The actual text is correct, but give me a sec. We're still fine. You can continue. It's everything's still seeable.
Okay.
With that understanding, I think what happens is he kind of skirts around your high ground, but he's having to kind of carefully defend because you've been acting very quickly there, and he's not sure what's going to happen next. He's gotten to the other side, so if he could turn around, he could flee. But at the same time, he's not able to, and he will bolt unless you actually do something about it.
Can I,
Or
instead of marking fatigue, just clear prepared? Because it says clear prepared to take +1 to an appropriate roll, or avoid marking a condition. I feel like I'm overpaying in that sense.
Yeah, it says condition. Those
Okay.
are 2 separate things.
All right. I guess I'll have to mark fatigue.
Okay, so mark fatigue to stop him from running. So he gets ready to bolt, but what are you doing to stop him from running in this case?
I guess following him works.
I think
Yeah.
Following him would mean
Uh,
he doesn't. He while he's technically moving, he hasn't escaped you, and this could turn into sort of a chase scene fight. But I don't think that would change the combat system.
No, I don't
Nope.
think
yeah,
so.
That's one
yeah.
thing
I think
we'll
it's
have to
more
keep.
just keeping up with him.
Okay.
Okay, so he gets around you, kind of sidles around the earth thing with the wall of fire still up between him and Sato. And, does he have any parting words? I don't think so. You are pressing him hard enough. He does not have time for parting words. He just turns and runs, basically, trying to keep an eye on you to some degree because you are pacing. And with that being the case, I think we have then the uh,
You evade.
the evade. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh,
So I'm gonna jump up in the air and just jet blast straight through the fire. I'll take the conditions if you want.
Please do, actually. Yes. It does say taking the conditions, and we have discernible proof that fire does hurt firebenders still.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it does.
You can take one and not have prepared.
Prepared doesn't kick until the next exchange, so you actually
Oh.
do have to take it.
Never mind. I thought that would be a
Um,
cool negation. Just I'm fine. I'm prepared my way out of it.
I will mark those in a second because I actually have to refresh on what the minuses and plus are. But yeah, I'm just jet stepping and getting hopefully in front of Bato. Like I want to use that to engage if I can.
Yeah. Favored and prepared. Any foe engaged with you. Well, no one is engaged with you at this moment, conveniently.
It's chasing.
Yeah. I think that does make sense for you to get re-engaged. I'm not sure you can get ahead of him because a
You
lot
can.
of things are happening very quickly, but I would say you are re-engaged and back with where about who is. Sound good? There?
Yep, that works for me.
Beautiful. In which case, are we continuing this combat, or are you...
I'm still fighting him.
Like a dog with a
All
bone.
right,
Oh, this is gonna be
then
great.
let's do the next round.
And I'm going with jaded and frustrated.
Oh yeah, yours are different.
Yep. Different conditions. Okay, I think that's good too. Let's open up the stream on my end to make sure it's good. Oh, and make sure that Twitch doesn't play random other people. You can keep going while I do this. If okay.
I am picking things.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're doing
here
the
we
next round of combat.
I've chosen my move, even if you can't see it yet, because I grabbed it. Choose, open up. Ah, what the?
There's one on the. Oh, you're drawing. No.
No. Not what I
Are
want.
there?
What? I can move it. Do you want me to move it?
I know what I have chosen. If you guys want to choose yours, I'll fight with these things in the meantime.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You could pretty easily just like trap or stun them and end the combat.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and trap him. With
So
Because I don't
both
think
of
you want to
chosen
kill
then?
them.
Have both of you chosen? I see
Yep.
2 evade and observe.
Oh,
that.
you did. You also did evade.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I am. So does that like? Do I add the fatigue now?
Yes.
Remove the fatigue
Excellent.
now? Yes. Also, he also picked evade and observe. So
Ah,
Sweet.
excellent.
Sucker.
Let me
apparently
go
no one
first.
wants to actually
You go
fight.
first.
Okay. So I'm doing this. It's called patience. It's the set move for the elder. Mark 1 fatigue to gain prepared and use an advanced technique, paying all its advanced an attack technique, excuse me, paying all its cost as normal. Mark another fatigue to allow a companion to do the same damn thing. So-
Do I have to roll for it still, or is it I could just do it?
You're not-
It says use the advance and attack technique. It's not the stance move, so you
Yeah.
can just do it.
It's not your like turn, quote unquote, yet. You're using.
Yeah.
He lets you use a technique on his turn.
Yep. So I can't get double prepared, but I have to roll my stance move first. So let's see if I can spend the prepared and then.
It's a really good move.
It
It's
is.
That's
really
a
good move.
phenomenal move.
Like,
That's what sold me on the entire playbook. I was like, that's awesome.
So you could just unleash.
So we'll roll this with a +1 for the. That's a 10 for the.
Yep.
So I can use 2. I can do 3 things.
Yes,
This guy's
3
fucked.
I don't think you could do.
You can't use the same technique multiple times per turn.
Correct.
Yes.
That would be
other than
really funny if
But,
just
but
now.
also
Now as
favored
a
you.
team,
Oh no, wait.
we unleash a barrage.
Oh yeah, favored you get to do another technique.
Yes, but that doesn't come into play until next
So-
turn. But you
This-
were already
this
favored
is-
this turn.
Yeah.
So you do get 3 techniques: 2 from your 10 plus and 1 from favored.
And then another one from my.
Oh no, you were prepared,
patience
not
move.
favored. Sorry.
Yep.
So your patience move is one of the 2 moves that you're using this turn, and it will give you an advance and attack. So you've got an advance and attack move, and one other move that you've got, and then was favored.
And then
as
I can spend favored to do another thing.
well? Okay.
So for favored, get this out of the way. A single spark. Unleash your emotions into the flames around you. They're definitely there. Mark 1 fatigue to hold 1 for each condition you have marked. Spend your hold 1 for 1 in the next exchange to pay the cost of techniques as if it was fatigue. To inflict doomed on a foe you target with firebending, or to use seize a position no matter what approach you used.
Wow.
Dude, I don't want to fight Sato.
Sato.
Like Sato
Yeah.
either.
No.
Oh, so you.
I think Sato is meant to be a stronger character because that's
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
point of the mentor
Yeah.
character.
This is the you stand no chance against me, child character.
Yeah.
All right, so I have 2 hold there, and that takes care of favored. So now I have.
Oh, additional basic or master technique, and of course you've mastered everything.
Oh wait, you
Yep.
deleted your favored. You should just drag it
Oh.
back.
I'll fix it. It's
I
fine.
was like, where was Sato last season? Oh right, he was an NPC.
He was drunk last season. Now he's sober
Yep.
and pissed.
Okay. So you mark 1
Jesus.
fatigue, which is the, getting rid of the not marking 1 fatigue. That is from evade.
Prepared.
Oh yeah, I can just get rid of prepared. That's right. I don't even have to pay for that. Wow, this is a lot better build than I thought. Oops.
Or wait, no, you can't mark prepared to.
Oh, we
fatigue
talked
because
about
you're-
this.
That's condition.
Right,
So
because I just
still-
got it back. So yeah, it is still -1.
Yeah,
You still
condition,
need to
not
mark that one
fatigue. We
fatigue.
talked about it.
Right.
Why
right.
can't you do it, but I can't?
Okay, so that takes care of
You have
1 move
rules
and the
for 2
favored.
conditions.
Yeah. You have an attack +1.
Yep.
Yeah, you have an attack, and then do you have to do evade and observe for your
Yes,
other?
I have to do
yeah.
a. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so an evade
So-
and observe and an attack you've got, and then next round we'll have to take a single spark into account. Like
Yep.
the universe and everything. This is great.
I'm just gonna cascade nonsense at you until you secede from.
Yep.
So you submit.
Okay. Sorry. Let's see here. I could make it worse, but let's not do that. I'll just use Fireblade.
I'll make it worse. No, never mind. Let me use Fireblade instead of making it worse.
Fireblade sounds so okay.
It's fine.
So there's Fireblade. So a blade of fire extends from Sato's hand, and he uses it to swipe down at Bato's legs, tripping him, putting him onto the floor, inflicting 2 fatigue and impaired on Bato.
Okay. 2 fatigue, impaired. Nothing I can do about that, so I'll mark them. Where was I marking things? Oh, I marked Honto as having fatigue. I see. Useful.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need an invade and observe.
Definitely.
Because it might. You know what? I'm just gonna bolster bow.
Yeah.
I will give you prepared.
Well, I already have prepared.
Oh, I'll give you favored then.
Ooh.
And how do you give favored?
Basically, I'm just gonna swipe around him and like hold him down to the ground and just yell for bow to come in and just end this.
One moment.
Just
So set him
echoing
up,
on the
yeah.
wind is, "I'll bury you, bury you."
Breaking my poor NPCs. Come on, guys.
I recall a gauntlet being thrown in private chat about combat, and
Wait.
Fair.
Did you mark the additional fatigue to let me advance an attack, or no?
yes. So you
Oh.
have favored and an advance and attack and an evade and observe.
Oh, and you got to roll.
You do have to roll.
Now here's I'm not gonna be as cool as you, but I do have this, so I get to roll with my best stat.
Fair enough.
Mine is still okay. Roll
I don't
my
have
best.
any conditions, and my self-reliance is +1, so I get to roll with focus.
Just checking. So Sato, you did your patience for one of your evaded observes, then a single spark for your second evaded observe, and the attack is next round?
It's
No, the attack
Fireblade.
was the fire blade.
Ah, I see. Thank you. In which case, go ahead. You start with Mind of Steel, which is not actually a move, it's just a passive. Got
Yeah.
it, go ahead.
So do I get the +1 from my prepared for this also?
If you spend it.
If you ended the last round with it, you have it.
I
And I
did.
believe you did.
Okay.
Because that's from the high ground.
But I would have to clear it to take the +1, and I'd rather clear it to avoid marking a condition, so I'll just roll by focus.
Okay.
I don't
pick
see the number.
one, give a roll. I
I
can't see
clicked.
anything.
All right, let me try again. Oh, there it goes.
Well,
That's a 13.
You do.
Yep. So choose one from this list instead. These two different. You know what? I will use 2 different basic techniques.
Okay, what would those be?
They will be bolster or hinder. I would like to hinder this Fire Nation man.
Look, he's already doomed. Anyhow, yes.
He's already doomed?
He's not doomed yet.
No,
He's
he
about
will
to
be
be.
next round. He will be doomed.
Oh,
Because I have
then
too old for that.
Trap him.
Yeah.
I want to trap him.
Oh, impaired you inflicted. Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
impaired.
Doom's coming.
Yeah, he's gonna be trapped.
Now, yeah, since he's impaired, stacking trapped on top of that is actually the way the book says to do it.
Yeah, so just as as Sato, not Hanto, is holding him down. The earth is just slow, like crystals are creeping up, like around his legs and his arms.
So it's like in that rock candy prison. It's
Yeah.
starting to form.
And then I will commit as my second standard evaded observe. I will recenter myself to shift my balance toward one of my principles. I will shift it more towards self-reliance.
Okay.
So I'm now 2. It just gives me some extra breathing room on conditions. And then I get a free advance and attack, but I still have to spend like what I would have to spend for it, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm trying to mentally math what I'm doing for that.
Mhm.
What was
Yeah.
the question?
Oh, I didn't ask. Did I ask a question? I don't. I'm trying to figure stuff out too. I might just like strike him. I might just punch him in the face while he's on the floor, so I don't have to spend any fatigue. So he marks 2 fatigue, a condition, or shifts his balance away from center.
Oh, that one. He's doing that one.
Shifting his
This
balance
is
away
not
from
going the
center.
way he wanted. He is shifting his balance. Thank you very much.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. All right. So I think that's the end of that, and he gets to do something now.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
trapped and impaired.
Yep.
Now, if I remember correctly, they now get to do whatever it's at the start of his round. He gets that many balance moves, so now he has 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
sort of
that is
his turn.
that's immediate.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought it was. If I was remembering the rules right, good. Um,
Oh, so because he is, does he become trapped and impaired right now, or does that happen at the end?
that'll
That
all
happens
Or-
at the end.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, you're right. So
So,
he's not. It's not right now.
He's not
No.
currently.
No.
I don't know what order this is in, but we'll do things one at a time as best I can.
Mhm.
So turns out he also has jet stepping. And why does my roll 20 fail at this so badly? Okay. So he may be knocked to the ground, but he basically will use the weird fire thing to kind of get up and get away as quickly as he can before the crystal takes too much hold. It won't completely undo it. He's still going to be trapped next round, but he is getting away and getting higher. Favored and prepared. Yeah. How on earth? Well, now we get to figure out how negative and positive conditions interact.
Well, he won't be favored and prepared until next round, so
Well,
don't
he won't
worry
be
about it.
impaired or trapped until next round either.
He'll be favor prepared, trapped, and paired.
We'll just. I think all. I don't think they inherently
Yeah, that's not
stop
like
each other from working.
Yeah, they don't cancel each other out at all. Like there's very little overlap on them.
The question is narratively, what on earth does it look like?
is that he's prepared, but he's stuck,
His
and he's on
his like
fire,
feet are
but he's
trapped.
also
but
like really favored.
So
his feet are trapped, but he's a good like. He's ready for you. He could do this all day.
Okay, because it was evade and observe just straight, we get rid of one of the. Oh, is there no bleach tool? Clear drawings
what?
entirely? Yeah,
Bleach.
erase.
Oh, erase. You just
Yeah,
select them with
bleach.
the mouse and then press the
Yeah.
delete key.
Beautiful. Because it was an evade and observe, we are slightly getting rid of 1 fatigue there. The last bit of jet stacking. Are either of you marking 2 fatigue to block the jet step because you are both encased with him?
I can't. I only have 1.
I have 2, but
I think we don't want him getting away.
Yeah, if he's favored and
Well-
prepared is not a small boost.
yeah, I'll spend the 2.
Okay. So the favored and prepared will not be a thing. I'll get rid of that. And he's got 2 more evade and observe moves. Let's see. What do you have? Basic moves it is. I think the first one there is test balance. He kind of yells at you. Sato, like, what have you become, brother, that you're willing to attack and harm your last your relatives? Like, what's wrong with you? And he would like to shift your balance. Yeah. What is
Does he
your balance?
know his principles? Because this seems to imply that he doesn't know.
Reasonable that he knows some of them. Let's see. What are your principles? And we'll see if that's reasonable.
Experience and humility.
You're currently wearing humility on your armor, and he knows you're experienced. That doesn't seem unreasonable. What does the actual thing push you towards? Humility. He will push you towards humility there.
Okay,
But more
works.
actively than that, I actually want the narrative of seriously, think about what you're doing. All I'm trying to do is leave, and you're trying to murder me. Please stop.
We're not
Um,
trying to murder him. We're trying to capture him.
Completely different.
the
He did
words that he
crime.
says might be different, but that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
And the second thing that he will do is commit. He will recenter himself amongst the fray. In this case, he's learning that he bit off more than he can chew, and is not appreciating that fact. His principal is going up to the +3 there. And was that... And the next time you live up to that principle, do not mark the fatigue. So he is trapped. He is whatever impaired is.
Impaired
Right.
is. Do you got it, or do you want me to read it?
Oh, please go ahead, read it.
Mark 1 fatigue, or take -2 to all physical actions. That's for PCs. For NPCs, it's choose 1 fewer technique.
Okay, perfect. So basically, narratively, he tries to get up and jet set away, finds out that, like, the crystal that is forming is just kind of catching him and impairing his movement a little bit. He's not able to easily get out of it. Especially not with a couple extra fire blasts that Sato you narratively chucked his way in order to make that happen. So he kind of, as he's trying to kind of shake it off his legs and kick it away, he just yells at you of the amount of, like, what are you doing? I'm just trying to leave. Let me go in peace. And then just kind of takes a little bit of a moment to breathe and recenter and make sure that he doesn't do anything that he will regret in the coming moment. There is a time of peace between these exchanges. He's willing to stop fighting if you stop fighting. Is the combat going on? What's next?
Is he willing to become captured, or is he not wanting to be captured?
He is willing to leave and not be around here anymore.
No, he's coming with us.
What about you, Sato?
Well, I'll probably exit combat and try to use some kind of social move on him, since there's now a lingering accusation and question in the air.
Okay, so
Since he
you're
tested
gonna
my balance.
so you're not gonna participate in this specific engagement.
No, I'm going to answer his question, like his accusation.
I think because there was examples of, and people just do non-combat things in combat rounds. Narratively, it makes sense that you're answering his question if and before we go into a combat round. If we go into another combat
Like before
round,
the next
this
exchange
would have been your
begins?
action.
Yeah.
Exactly. If we go into another combat round, this chatter will have been your action, but if we do not, we do not. Go ahead.
Okay. I need my moves list. Conditions I gotta take into account too. 1 second. Okay, don't want to do that then. Sorry, reading real quick.
Not a problem.
We
I
don't
know
know his principle, correct? Like, if he can read me,
he can read you. Again, with principles, take your best guess at it, and if you are close enough with a guess, I'll give it to you. And if you are not close enough with a guess, I'll tell you what the principle is instead of actually doing the moving thing.
okay. So Sato is going to just figure generally that his principle is something around honor and duty.
Okay.
Um, And I think Sato responds with, "You call into question my ties with a family that willingly serves the Fire Lord. After all of you know, and all of that he has done, your loyalty to that monster is fanatic."
Was there actually a move in there?
Yeah, he's basically going to, try to push him to live up to his principle.
Let me take a look at that move, and I will tell
Is
you if we need to roll anything.
call someone out.
Call someone out? Thank you. Do, do, do. Only call on someone to live up to their principle. When you make this move, you remind someone. No,
Yeah, so
you're not going to need to make a roll because that was not close enough to his principle to actually manage to hit in any way. He responds along the lines of, loyal to the Fire Lord? I haven't been loyal to... I am not loyal to the Fire Lord. But you seem to be forgetting all of the people we left behind. We have family in the Fire Nation. They have your son. Pay more attention to that and a little less to what you consider to be to your pride or honor or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think his principle is family, or like
Driving
something to
you.
do with
Family or
family.
home is my
yeah,
guess.
like that. There was, yeah. I should have gone on with the soliloquy.
My apologies. But no, the call out there will not trigger. Are we still punching him, Bauhu, while this is
I'm
going?
still punching him.
In which case, one moment as he then stops talking to fend off another attack to
Another
the side.
punch.
Older.
Oh, there! Now it's opening. Well, that's nice. What am I choosing ahead of time? Yeah, okay, I've chosen. I'll drag it out now.
Let me see what I want.
Also, if you do re-enter the combat, Sato, I know you don't really get to this time, you will still have your things. You're prepared and favored and
I'm just
expert.
So
prepared. So, yeah.
so this is accurate.
Yeah.
His conditions and his fatigue.
He has 1 condition, his fatigue is at 2, his principle is at 3. Yes, that's accurate. Though I haven't actually picked what condition it is yet. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Um. Because another way to knock them out is to like knock their principal off, right? Like knock
Yes,
them off the track.
it is.
Mm. The thing is, I don't know what I can guess what his principle is, but for evade, when you test balance, you challenge their balance and ask what their principle is. They must answer honestly. If you already know their principle, instead you shift their balance away from center.
One
But
of
I
the
don't
things
Yeah.
know it.
it says is if you guess their principle correctly in the role play and you guess it, you don't know it, it will still count and it will still push them instead of just
Yeah.
you.
It's just if you're
Yeah.
wrong, it ends up being a wasted move.
Just a waste. Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can
my
test
guess
it
it's
and
either
get his
family or
principle.
home.
You can test it and get his principle, or if you figured it out and use that move anyways, and you guess it right, you will push him off the edge.
I'm pretty sure it's family, and I'll probably take that risk because he said family like 8 times.
Yep.
So I will
He's a regular
evade and observe.
Heisenberg at this point.
So I gain 1. Okay.
Telegraph.
And then it's not this card, right? That's not
Uh,
yours.
sorry, I can't see the whole screen at once.
That's
There.
everyone's card.
That is not the card I'm playing. The card I'm playing is
Okay.
probably here, and if the one I'm wrong and that's not it, I will. I know what I picked it. I promise I'm not
Okay,
changing it.
here, I'll delete that card then.
Yes, please.
I think it just got left.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you have picked yours?
Yes. I'm evading and observing.
Yeah, he's done with this. Come on, roll 20. Work with me here.
He
He's
is
Ah.
attacking.
very done with this.
He's not holding back anymore.
Yeah.
Well, does he become doomed, or do you have to trigger that?
I have to trigger that.
Now it is the next turn, so now Doomed is in effect. Doomed is just take a.
Fatigue.
No,
It's
dude.
I haven't inflicted it yet. I have to spend hold.
He can spend it,
Ah.
but he hasn't done it yet. But
Yep.
he's still impaired and trapped, so he must mark a combination of 3 fatigue or conditions to escape, and then impaired he chooses 1 fewer technique.
I'm gonna tweak
Yes, okay.
this.
So he's only picking 3 techniques, but it's DAE, so I'm pretty sure he gets to attack first.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't work at all. Hold on.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds like a pretty thing. Okay, so we'll do that, and then that.
What, rocket punch or something?
No, that's gonna be.
Fun, okay.
They can be quite flashy. That's fair.
All right. Yes, so he is impaired. The first thing he'll do is spend that 3 fatigue to kick off the trap. And to basically kick off the crystal that is growing on his legs. He kind of got up with his attempt at jet stepping, even though that did fail on him. After he's finished up on his bit of chatting with Sato, he will I guess he didn't keep up the firewall, did he?
No, he would have had to
No.
have spent like 2
Yeah.
fatigue, I think.
Yeah.
To do that. I didn't remember to, so too bad for me. In
How much
which
fatigue
case
does he
we-
have?
Pardon?
He should be halfway now because you just spent 3. So
I mean,
he's at 5. If you want to write those in, please do.
okay, I got it.
Thank you very much.
So those are all filled.
Moves list, stand next on technique. He's going to start off with just a quick. Yeah, no, okay. We're going to start with pressure. He is going to say that you cannot use the one that stops him from escaping, which, if I can remember correctly, is defend, I think. Yes.
Yep.
You can't use defend next round, and that is
Okay.
specifically at Baohu. And he is going to. How on earth do you fictionally make that make sense?
It says impress or intimidate a foe. So he could just do something flashy and like I have to commit or not.
Yeah, I
Like
think
I
that
can't just
probably
sit there
makes
and do
the most-
nothing.
That makes the most sense.
I mean, I think that
he
makes
lights
sense.
your shoes on fire.
I was say he firebends his own shoes off to get rid of the rock enclosure.
I kind of like that one. So sure, he firebends his own shoes off, gets rid of the rock enclosure after the kicking is done, and goes straight from that into a, I guess, fire blast kick with a just general strike at you, Baohu.
Yeah, so it's a big fluid windmill of fire kicking.
Absolutely, it is.
I
So mark your
will.
fatigue, a condition, or
Oops.
mark your balance away from center.
Oh,
Your
I'll
choice.
mark my balance away from center.
Mark a fatigue. Actually, where are you and how cruel am
Well, I choose, right?
I? You choose unless I mark a fatigue to choose for you.
Oh.
So your fatigue is done, right?
No, I'm at 2 now.
Oh, you're. How on earth are you that low?
I started the fight at 3.
Oh, you have 2 fatigue left?
Yes. I'll roll
All
fatigue.
right. You can pick. I won't use fatigue on that.
Okay. I will shift my balance.
Ooh, fun. All right. And then for the last move that he has, because he's at +3 and he's at -1, he will use the kicking and fire just does not stop as fireball barrage goes off. So pummel a foe with a barrage of small fire blasts, mark 1 fatigue, and inflict 1 fatigue on your target, and 1 more fatigue for each attack anyone else has made against you, which in this case is 2, and it doesn't have any negative statuses that I know of that you have. So 2 fatigue to you.
Wait, do these each count as separate attacks?
I think so. Because it is 2 cards, but I'm not counting the
No, it
punch.
says +1 fatigue. The strike and the fire barrage are 2 separate attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But the extra
Okay.
fireballs are the same attack. You don't
Yeah.
have to, like, negate 4.
Mm. And if I can't mark fatigue to do an ability, I just can't do it.
Correct.
Correct.
Oh, fuck.
You can mark a condition when you take, like, yeah, if you want to instead, but
That sucks. So I just have to mark 2 fatigue. I can't do anything about that.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. All right,
Yep.
that changes my plans.
he marks some fatigue himself, but
He
to
does.
do
Oh,
it,
yeah. How much fatigue did he mark?
he marked 1.
1.
Okay.
So he is no longer
Oh, you did
trapped.
that.
He is
Okay.
impaired. I'll double check what impaired does in this case.
He chooses 1 fewer techniques.
He already did that. Does that go away at all?
Only if he clears it.
Yep, if he does a technique to clear it.
In which case, he's still a little off balance.
Okay.
But yeah, and now DAE, so you get to go.
Okay. I will roll focus.
Wait, you're evaded observe, right?
Yeah.
So you clear fatigue.
No, I already did that. You do
Oh.
that as soon as you pick the card.
Yep.
I was just trying to give you a fighting chance here.
Sorry.
It is okay. Rolling focus. I got an 8.
That's 1.
One basic or mastered.
And then I could spend favor to do another one.
Yep.
But you can't do the same one twice.
Right.
Didn't you already spend favored, or did you get it back?
I didn't spend favor.
I did.
Ah, got you.
I
Fingers
will.
favored to both of them.
Ooh.
Oh, I see. Yep, we're good.
And these statuses wouldn't become into effect until the end of the exchange, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Which is
Okay.
immediately after your turn.
Yeah. All right. I will hinder him and make him trapped again.
Okay. So you are using
Bolster or hinder.
got it. Trapped again. So you are not letting him go. He firebends the things off. You
Stone
earthbend
bird
back
cage
on.
emerges.
He says I can't defend next turn. Yeah, this
Good
kind of
thing you can
sucks.
defend right now
I can't.
with spending favored. You can do an extra thing.
Does it have to be in the same, like, evade and observe thing, or is it anything?
It just says choose an additional basic or master technique in the next exchange.
Then I would think
Yep.
has to be in the same avenue.
I would
Yep.
say
Okay.
because a lot of time when it's separate, it specifies.
It will.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So it's 2 evades right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna spend favorite then.
You kind of have to, actually.
I have to.
It does say in the next exchange.
Oh, and the next. Okay. I
Mm,
will commit, so I will shift my balance back to what it was before. There we go.
All right. And does commit get rid of a fatigue extra again, or am I?
No, it just says recenter yourself amidst the fray, shift your balance toward one of your principles. Next time you live up to that principle, do not mark fatigue.
All right, sounds good. In which case, we again reach the end of the exchange. He is again busy kicking at the crystal on his legs and basically say, all I want to do is go peacefully. Let me leave.
You're only leaving with us. You are under arrest.
Don't leave town.
I said that before. Don't leave town.
Are we
And now
heading
you're
into
trying to
another
leave
round of
town.
combat? Anything happening? Both of you back in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
There was
gonna kill,
fireballs.
I'm gonna kill my brother.
Listen, you gotta hit him on the family. He's so close to getting off the edge.
Or in
Mhm.
the heart.
Yeah.
You
I'm
hit
your
him in the
family.
heart, he might stop moving.
Well, he's got 5. Well, we would need to do 4 more conditions, 4 more fatigue, or shift his principle by 1.
All right, one moment while I try and figure out what is he up to right now then.
I mean, it's kind of comic booky, but he could be trying to superheat so much that it turns back time, and he could avoid this whole interaction.
That's,
Cher starts to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Superman flies around the earth
That's
real
a
fast.
heck of a technique. I didn't know the supplements were so strong.
Yeah.
You were unaware of chrono bending? Oh, you have picked? Okay.
Technique
I
is
don't-
picked. Yep.
I don't have any fatigue, so I'm gonna have to do this.
I'm gonna do this.
All right. We good to go? I see a evade, a attack, and
Mhm.
it is DAE, which means he is just
Bending.
trying to leave.
He's still.
I mean, the shit part is we don't know about Chiang being murdered yet or
No.
attempted murdered yet.
No.
Like,
Yeah. So he's going to start off again with another wall of fire. He's doing the pyre wall.
Well, he's currently trapped.
He is trapped. He is going to do the firewall anyways to
It's more of a fire
So he just-
cylinder.
yeah, he just makes a ring of fire around himself to keep us away.
Yeah.
not a ring of fire. It might be open towards the exit because you still haven't cut him off from that you've been chasing.
Sorry,
but it is
a
separated
crescent moon of fire
Yeah.
as he wriggles on the ground for a second time.
Yeah, no, he's still stuck and kicking at the leg of trappedness at this moment in time, unless I mark 1 fatigue, and it would be 3 fatigue to get rid of the trapped there.
3 fatigue or conditions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can just take conditions for that? Sure!
It could be 3, I think. Let me see. Trap. Combination of 3 fatigue or conditions to escape.
I'm just going to double check that there's nothing else in defense that I can use to essentially get rid of that.
He could ready. He could retaliate. I think he wants to use his
I feel like
He
position.
could break.
Not.
You could
No,
also
ready is add
narratively
or
clear
remove
trap.
status.
I think we said you can't ready to get rid of trapped though, because I remember we had that on the bridge.
Yeah, but you can break to get rid of. You can narratively clear it by doing like a break move that clears the environment.
Yeah, you can smash.
Yeah,
As an
that's
attack.
That's the one.
You
Attack
can
move counts.
you can seize a position. You can't move though. Yeah.
for a different narrative trapped, seize a
Yep.
position could also get you
Mhm.
out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think what he's going to do is take 2 conditions and 1 more fatigue to clear that trapped there. So we'll clear trapped first. I'll give him the 2 conditions, and then definitely go figure out what those conditions are so I can narratively roleplay him. So he is no longer trapped. He's kicked the crystal free again. He has put up a pyre wall. Are either of you spending the 2 fatigue to remain on the correct side?
Don't have it.
Okay. In that case, he will then use. Where's the moves list again? No, not that one. The status moves. Stance moves. We just decided he can't use ready. He will use retaliate to get ready to defend against any blows that might be incoming, because he's aware that apparently you will not stop fighting him. And then he's going to seize a position in order to. You are not engaged with him, actually. Neither of you are, because neither of you went through the firewall. So
He can
he
probably
kicks
clear.
off that, becoming markedly more frustrated as he does it. Probably angry and kind of sad in that you are just forcing him to these levels, Sato. Yeah, you notice that he kind of, that warm smile that's on his face a lot, it's not there anymore. He no longer feels like you are really willing to negotiate or work with him on him with this at all. So he kicks off the crystal, puts up the firewall between you, and backing off very carefully so as to not be attacked if he is going to seize the position and take this a chance to leave and flee without looking back and getting out of the cave. Neither of you are engaged with him. Neither of you can spend the fatigue to stop that. I think he just gets away.
I thought we get our last volley, and then
We
he
do.
gets
Because
away
yeah,
at the
he
end.
gets away
He
at the
gets
end of
away at
this
the end.
exchange.
That makes sense. Do it. Go ahead.
All right. I am advancing and attacking, so I get to roll focus because I'm not hurt right now, but I
You're
will
about to
become hurt.
be.
Yeah. Ooh.
Nice.
Use 1 practice technique, 2 basic or master techniques. Okay. In that case, forcing them to mark. Dang. Because I don't have any fatigue, so I can't do my rock smash.
Doesn't your rock armor give you something for
I didn't get my
fatigue
rock
maybe?
armor off.
But can't
'Cause
you
it's
do it
just-
now?
Rock armor is a defend move.
Oh.
So I guess I just gotta strike him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so he marks 2 fatigue, a condition, or shifts his balance.
He does have retaliate up, so each time either any of those things happen, inflict a fatigue on you.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll take. He'll take 1 more fatigue there.
And it's 2.
Oh, sorry. In which case I will debate that, and actually I think I'll give him 1 condition instead.
Okay. I mean,
Down to 1
next it'd
condition and
be
3 fatigue, correct?
yeah. And then I would pressure, but it doesn't matter. So because he gets away at the end. But because I hit him, also I assume through the firewall.
Yeah, because you would have had to in order to
Yeah,
reach.
so I will get rid of prepared just to avoid marking one of those, and then I will become angry
What? You don't like
and
much?
another one. Hold on. And troubled.
Apparently, some of what he was saying was getting through, but not to Sato.
Well, it's less troubled about what he said and more troubled like, oh, we got a lot more problems than I thought we did.
That's fair too.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Here. Okay, that's an 8. That's good. That's all I need.
You need. That's worrying.
I will spend the fatigue, and
I thought you didn't have any. Anyhow, go ahead.
No, he got one for
I
doing
got one
evade and
back for
observe.
evade and
Yeah, of
observe.
course. Yep.
And Sato will yell through the flames. How do I want to word this to make sure it hits right?
Dread it.
Bato, you come to me with the news I have a son. On the same evening that you and your wife commit atrocities against this city. If family is so important to you, how could you leave my son, your nephew, in the hands of those people? Come with us, brother. Take back our family.
Please drop whatever move you're using in there. I assume that's test balance.
Yes.
Thank you.
Goes to run and
Yeah,
then he stops.
you called that obviously. Yeah, instead shift their balance away from center. That
Topples him,
Absolutely, yeah.
which overcomes the running away.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Let me just see what happens when somebody loses their balance. But
I think usually it's like, at least for a PC, they take extreme action towards that principle.
I know that there's a specific. Oh, it's under the moves list. There we
Mhm.
go. Lose your balance. I'll pop that in chat, and we'll see what happens next then. If your balance shifts past the end of the track, you lose your balance. Obsess over that principle to a degree that's not healthy for you or anyone around you. Not necessarily agree with the person who was saying it. Okay,
Mhm.
choose one of the following: give in or submit. Possible. Lose control of yourself in a destructive and harmful way.
Doesn't
Okay.
feel appropriate here, but it's up to you.
I agree with that. To take an extreme action in line with the principle and then flee. Extreme action in line with the principle would not be shooting at family.
It might also be different for NPCs.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
PCs,
I know, but this is
but it is still a good
unless there
guideline.
is anything that we know of that is
Mhm.
not.
I'm trying to see if I could find it.
It could be. I mean, take extreme action in line with your principle. That isn't. It could be that he tells you where Maseri is and then flees, but not to join her or something like that. Could be an option.
I think I have two choices here. And yeah, I'll ask you guys, this is what you would prefer. He can give himself up to you. Or you can let him go and he will tell you exactly where Maseri is.
And
what he is
not
doing
join
right
her, or will,
now. He will flee, he won't join her. So basically you can have him, or he will
or you
tell you
can
where she is.
have a lead to Maseri, yeah, without him
Yeah.
warning her.
Why
And
don't we have our cake and eat it too?
So you're gonna capture
We
him and
could
then just make him talk
capture
later.
him and then make him talk.
That's probably going to
Alright.
be slower as a heads up, because you'd have to
It
make
would be slower.
I'll warn you, I'm playing this game a little bit like Frostpunk. If you don't take one off action, that
Mhm.
means your resources are shorter, and
Yeah.
other things will become worse.
I leave it up to Zen.
Yeah, you're the one who called him out.
Yeah, that's funny because if there was an obvious pause from Bato, I think Sato would actually look over at Bao and say, "This is your city. Do with him what you will."
So you said that it was Misseri. You told him that Misseri burnt the food. We
Mhm.
don't know who killed.
We don't even know about that.
We don't even know about that,
That
right?
anyone basically as good as killed my father, or
I'm
kind of.
pretty sure he did say something along the lines of she's probably done with what she was doing by now, and if he
Yeah,
didn't, I was
there's
trying
some
to say that.
He
ominous
did say
but
that.
non-specific language
Yeah.
being used.
Yeah.
It's just that he was in on it. I think Bao would want the one who he knows for sure did the thing. I think he'd want Misseri, even though that'd be another fight and like we need to rest.
Okay, then if that's the response, he'll say, still responding to your line, Sato, which pushed him over the edge of, I won't leave that child without a father, and I can see that you are not willing to be it for him. Misseri, if she isn't done already, will be at, will be by, what's her name? Min's quarters,
Oh fuck.
finishing up the last of the city's leadership. Take her if you have to, but recognize the lives that you are tearing apart by doing so. And he'll take that and flee.
Ooh. Oh.
And now we're definitely jumping characters.
I was gonna say I have a good hook for getting everyone into the Fire Nation.
Yep.
Um, sorry,
Child
give me
heist.
a moment to switch mental gears here.
Child heist.
Child heist could be a thing.
Child
You-
heist.
You want to take a break a little early? It's a 1:45. You can.
Yeah, let's take a little bit of an early break. I'll recenter myself. I think we can come back on either Dama or Quiwa,
We haven't seen Dama
and
yet
we'll...
at all.
Yeah, I have a thing that's relevant to the whole
All right, let's
situation.
take a quick break, and then we'll
Not a
jump back
weird
in on
tangent.
Dama.
Okay, we'll be back in just a short bit, and we'll see who survives, if anyone. Maybe we all just die.
We're all playing new characters at the Pie Show tournament.
Yep. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes.
Cool.
That's the wrong. Hold on, I went to the wrong screen.